Today, we'll be talking about land utilization and we'll be talking about the different types of soil. Now, here, as you can see, these definitions, this pie chart is important. Though you can't be asked to actually draw the pie chart, but you can ask to explain as to how the different relief features of India are put to use. Here, as you can see, 43% of the land is under plains, and that provides facilities for agriculture and industry. 30% of the land is under mountains, and that area is important for ecotourism, as well as the mountains are a source of water for the country, that is the rivers flow from these mountains. 27% of the land is under the plateau region, and that is important for minerals, fossil fuels and forest. Now here in this case you should know what is net sown area, what is fallow land and what is gross cropped area. Net sown area is the area sown once in a year. Gross cropped area is net sown area plus the area sown more than once a year. And fallow land is the area that the farmers leave without cultivation in order to retain the fertility of the soil. Now this is the land use pattern in 2014-15 latest and 1960-61. In this case, nothing has to be learned, but you can be asked to identify and infer. For example, the areas where the percentage has gone down, increase, what is good, what is bad. For example, take this. This is land under forest. In 1960-61, it was only about 19% and now it has gone up to 23%. It's very, very positive. It's good. But still, one problem is there that according to the National Forest Policy, at least 33% of the land should be under forest. So we are not at that stage. We have not reached that number. Now here net sown area has gone down 46 to 45%. There has been almost a reduction of 1%. That means the farmers are not leaving their land without cultivating the crops in order to regain the fertility in a natural manner. Then land degradation and conservation measures. In this, you can be asked to, if you are asked to write down the reasons for land degradation, you can mention all these reasons under a heading in bold. First could be deforestation. Then you can mention a few states like Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh. The land degradation is due to the deforestation. Then in states like Gujarat, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, this is due to overgrazing. Another point you can write down with heading. Then in Punjab, Haryana, Western UP, it is because of over irrigation. And these are the measures to solve the problem of land degradation. Just the opposite of that. That is checking over irrigation, overgrazing, afforestation. Deforestation is negative, afforestation is positive. Planting of shelter belts of plants, controlling overgrazing, stabilization of sand dunes by growing thorny bushes. This is soil profile. You should know how to draw it. It is important. Now coming on to the classification of soils. For every soil type, prepare at least 5 points. Alluvial soil, for example, most widespread, important soil. And just make sure that when you're writing these answers, don't just write down a very small point, 1 point, it is the most fertile soil. Second point, it is found in most parts of the country. No, combine these small points into 1 point. Most widely spread, important soil. Entire northern plains is made up of this soil. This soil is formed by the alluvial, by the silt sand brought down by mainly 3 rivers, Ganga, Brahmaputra and the Indus. And also these soils are also found in the coastal plains where the rivers Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, and Kaveri flow, that is the deltas. Then this soil is very fertile and it can be easily used for cultivation of crops without using any fertilizer or without any great effort. Then the two types of alluvial soil, Khadar and Bangar, you can be asked to differentiate between them. Khadar is old alluvium, Khadar is new alluvium, Bangar is old alluvium. Khadar is found near the rivers, Bangar is found away from the rivers. Khadar gets renewed frequently and can be used for cultivation, and Bangar cannot be used for cultivation because it does not get renewed frequently. Then if all these points have been given to you, you can be even asked to identify the soil also. Black soil, it is black in color, known as cotton soil, Rager soil. Then it is very good for growing of cotton, mainly found in the Malwa Plateau, mainly found in Gujarat, then Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra, made up of extremely fine clay material, well known for their capacity to hold moisture. They are rich in soil nutrients like calcium carbonate, magnesium, potash, and lime. They develop deep cracks during hot weather, which helps in the aeration of the soil. They are sticky when wet and difficult to work on unless tilled immediately after the first shower or during the pre-monsoon showers period. Red and yellow soil, they develop on crystalline igneous soils, rocks, and areas of low rainfall in eastern and the southern parts of the Deccan Plateau. Yellow and red soils are found in parts of Odisha, Chhattisgarh, southern parts of the Middle Ganga Plain, etc. They develop a reddish color due to diffusion of iron and look yellow when hydrated. Laterite soil, the word laterite has been derived from the Latin word lata, which means brick. So the laterite soils generally develop under tropical and subtropical climate with alternate wet and dry season. This soil is the result of intense leaching due to heavy rain. Leaching means when the soil gets carried away due to rainfall from upper to lower areas generally. These type of soils are mainly found in western ghats of Maharashtra, Odisha, some parts of West Bengal and northeast regions. Then here, after appropriate soil conservation techniques, particularly in the hilly areas of Karnataka, Kerala, etc., this soil is being used for growing coffee and tea. Arid soil, that is very found in very dry regions of Rajasthan mainly. They are made up of kankar nodules, and in some areas the soil content is very high and common salt is obtained by evaporating the water. Then forest soils generally found in the Himalayan region. These soils are loomy and silty in valley sides and coarse, rough grained in the upper slopes. The soils are found in the lower parts of the valleys, particularly on the river terraces and alluvial fans are fertile. Here we have soil erosion and soil conservation. When the topsoil gets carried away due to either wind or water, that is known as soil erosion. And there are various causes of soil erosion. For example, the deforestation. Then here you can see ploughing in the wrong way. Defective methods of farming also lead to soil erosion. Overgrazing, construction and mining. All these are responsible for soil erosion and these are human factors. The natural factors are wind, water and glaciers. Now, whenever the land becomes unfit for cultivation, sometimes the land degradation takes place to such an extent that that particular land cannot be used again. That land is lost. So that is called badland. And such badlands in the Chambal Valley are known as ravines. Here you can see ravines. Sometimes the water makes deep channels, and these are known as in the on the soil, and these are known as gullies. This is known as a gully erosion. As you can see in this picture, this land cannot be reclaimed. We cannot use this land again. This has become unfit for cultivation. So this is gully erosion, and sometimes the water moves up the entire land. It covers the entire land like a sheet. That is called sheet erosion. Now these are some of the ways in which we can prevent soil erosion, and these ways include contour ploughing. Instead of ploughing up and down, the ploughing is done along the contour lines, that is sometimes round and round. Then steps can be created along the hilly regions, and that is known as terrace farming. That also prevents the soil from being carried away down the slope. Then just along the coast or in certain areas, shelter belts can be made. That is, rows of trees can be planted there to prevent soil erosion. And these shelter belts have also contributed significantly to the stabilization of sand dunes in the desert area of western Rajasthan. Now, students, I have completed the revision of the first chapter with you. Do it very carefully. Tomorrow, that is Thursday and Friday, I'll complete the chapter development with you. That is the first chapter of economics.